Yo, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lexicon Multimedia Concept. I'm going to take us through how we can design a very simple graphics using Pixellab. So let's see. Here we go. So I'm going to open my Pixellab application. So this is how it is, this is the interface. So let's see what's going on, how to design a simple graphics with Pixellab. So that's it. Let's see how we are going to design a nice and a very simple graphics using Pixellab application on our Android phone. You are seeing the end product on your screen, end product of the design. So let me take you through how I achieved this. So let's assume we want to design a flyer for a church program. Let's just assume we want to design a flyer for a church program. So what do? Like I just said, the first major thing you when you are designing a simple graphics without stress. So I'm going to design a flyer for a church prayer meeting. So I would like to use a nice background for my design to make it more unique and awesome. So let's see. I'm going to flip through my media to get a nice background. So I'm going to click on the add button at the top left corner. So by doing so, I'm going to select from gallery. So after I clicked on that, so I'm going to load in my background. So here we go. Don't worry, if you needed the raw file of the background, I'm going to provide a link in this video clip's description where you can download the background and the Pixellab application if you don't have it, the Pixellab mod application if you don't have it. But make sure you watch this video so that you can get the password to the media files and the application. So this is the background. So I'm going to load in my background by selecting the pop. You have to notice the normal screen size of a Pixellab. The default screen size is 1 by 1 square in pixels. I'm talking about 280 by 1280 pixel. So but we can change the height and width of our design. So let's see, I'm going to do that. So you click on the top right corner option button, image size, then you navigate through the width and height size. So let's see. So I feel like this nice and appropriate. So let's start our design. So I want to design a flyer for a church program, Foursquare. I know most of us will be familiar with this popular ministry, Foursquare Gospel Church. So I want to design a very simple graphics for the prayer meeting program that comes up every Wednesday of the week. So let's see, I go by typing the church name, so and then adding the church logo. So let's see, so I type the name is the Foursquare Gospel Church of Nigeria. Sorry. So I used a font named Create Round Regular. That's the name of the font I used. Create Round Regular. You can get that in your app, and if you don't have the app, you can check the description to download the app. But make sure you watch this video completely so as to get the password to the file, to the zip file. So here we go. So I type T and then I'm going to resize it a little bit. So I'm going to type the next text, which is Foursquare. I'm going to use same font style, Create Round Regular. So I'm going to type the next one, Foursquare Gospel Church of Nigeria, same font style. So let's see. So now after typing this the last text of the name, so I would like to add the church logo as well. I'm going to navigate through my gallery so as to get the logo. So sorry, pardon me. So I go by adding the church logo from my gallery. So that is that. So I'm going to resize the logo. So to the best size I feel like it's going to make sense on the flyer and the design. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to place the text logo. So I'm going to resize them so I make sure they look good and awesome. So let's see. Yeah. I'm going to adjust this Foursquare. I'm going to change the case. So that's what's happened there. So let's see. Okay. So without doing that, I'm going to resize the text. I'm going to use 13 text size for most of the text. I'm using 13 so as to make it rhyme with others. So I'm going to increase the size of the logo as well. So let's see. So So it seems the text are not that visible. So let's try and add a shadow let's enable the shadow. So let's see, and let's increase the opacity and reduce the blur radius to 0 point. So let's see, kind of visible. Wow, awesome, that's great. So let's do that to the other test as well. But I feel like it's really weird. The black color shadow is kind of weird and looking so bad. So let me see what we can do to that. So I feel like if we can just increase the test saturation. Let's try that on the first test, which is D. So we go to color, so the test is kind of weird like this. So I feel like we should just try and increase the color saturation. So let's try and disable the shadow on the test, and let's see what's going to pop. So, and I'm going to increase the test saturation. So let me do that. You click on add plus sign on the color panel and increase the saturation. Let's see. Wow, it's awesome. I'm going to do that to the next test as well. I'm going to disable the shadow. Wow, and then I'm going to disable the rest of the test shadow. So that's awesome. It really looked good. Another thing, I am locking the background and the test so that whenever time I'm trying to add some features, I don't mistakenly shift them from the spot they are. So that's why I lock the test and background. So I'm going to type my present, and I'm going to use Bugalo regular fonts. Bugalo regular. You are going to see all these fonts on your Pixellab. Don't worry. Bugalo regular fonts. And if you don't have it, you can download it. I've got the link in my video description. So I'm going to use a deep blue color. Deep blue color. But if you see, it's kind of red is not that sharp, so I feel like I'm going to add a stroke to the color. I'm going to add a stroke to the colors so as to make it more visible. So I'm going to add a stroke. So wow, the black is so bad, so I'm using white. So I feel like the stroke with the weight is good on 2 or 3, depends on how you want it and how you prefer your stroke color to be, your stroke width to be. So if you want it on 3 and if you want it on 2, no problem. So I'm using 3. So, and I'm going to try and rotate it a little bit. I'm going to rotate it and resize the text. So let's see what's up. So, wow, it's nice. So rotate the test. I rotate the test already. So I'm sorry for the disruption. So after to rotate, then I'm going to type the theme of the flyer, like what the flyer entails, the concept. I'm actually designing for a prayer meeting. Don't forget that. So I'm going to add a new text, prayer meeting, and I'm going to use a Chook 5 font style. Chook 5 font style. Chook 5 font style. Don't forget that. So prayer meeting. So you see, I'm going to navigate through my fonts. Chunk 5. Chunk 5 font style. So I'm trying to adjust the position of the text. So sorry, let's see what's up. So I'm not going to use a color for this text. I feel like I want to try and be creative with the team, the program name. So I want to use a texture fill. So I'm going to show us how you can fill your text with the texture color, texture background, whatsoever texture you have on your gallery. You can fill it. You can fill it in your test. So this is how you go through it. Through that, this is how you attain that. So I've gotten the texture. I want to use that same background as a test texture. So I want to crop the particular side I want to see in my test. So, and I'm going to click on mark. So wow, see, that's nice. Oh, it's kind of faint a little bit. It's kind of faint, like you hardly see the top part of the aim and the last R from prayer. So let's see what we can do to that to make it more visible. I feel like I'm going to add shadow and then a stroke. So I'm adding a stroke. So I click on stroke, and then I'm not going to use a black is part on this, so I'm using a light cream. Yeah, I'm using cream. Enable my shadow and increase the blur radius of 1. Then I'm going to adjust the position of my shadow by 1, both the X and Y axis, so as to make it more visible. So let's see, that's awesome. It's going to show very well. I feel like now that glue. Let's see. Wow. So So as to make it more visible, I'm going to add inner shadow, so black color inner shadow. So I'm going to do that, put that on my text, and then reduce the blur radius. So 3 is okay. I feel like wow, awesome. So the text is here, boom. I feel like it's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice, really nice. So let's see. So the next test I want to add is the date, time, location. So I'm going to go by the date and time now. Every Wednesday by 5 p.m. in evening. So let's see what I'm going to do to that. So I'm going to use font style blogger sounds bold. Blogger sounds good, but you have to be very careful of the fonts you are going to be using in your graphics design, because it shouldn't be too much fonts. Don't use different kind of fonts. Your graphics, which is the maximum of 3 4, that's okay. In graphics 3 4 maximum. So let's see. So I'm using deep blue as well, and I'm going to use white stroke the way I did to do present. So let's see the outcome. So, and I'm going to adjust it to the perfect size. So I'm going to do something to this. I'm going to add shape. Make it much more creative enough. I'm going to use arrow shape in black color. So let's see how I'm going to do that. See what I'm trying to say. So I'm using black color. Wow. So I'm going to reduce the size of the arrow. So let's see. I'm going to position it at the front of the date and time. So I'm going to merge my logo and the name of the church. I'm going to merge them together by clicking the top right layer panel. So I'm going to mark the items and the objects and the items I'm going to match together. I'm going to mark them. By doing this, then I'm going to match them. So I'm done with that. Then I'm going to centralize them and place them on the at the right position. So let's see what I'm going to do. I want to add a faint gradient fill in a box. So I want to add my location and that faint box gradient fill. So let's see how I'm going to go about that. So I'm going to get my location icon from my gallery. So I'm going to navigate and get that. So I'm doing that, but wow, it's on a white background. So let me just an object. So I'm going to use erase color from my object panel. So erase color, and then it automatically picks the white. And if I'm going to want to pick the red color as well, I can use the select tool, but I'm erasing the white color, so it has automatically picked the white. Then I'm going to increase my tolerance a little bit so as to refine the edges. So let's see what that's has given to us. Wow, the background has been removed. So I go by typing the name of the location where the event is going to take place. So, and I'm going to reduce the size. So I'm using Amaranth Bold fonts. I feel like the font style I'm using here in this design is a little kind of too much, a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like the font style I'm using is getting much, is becoming too much. So let's see, boom, and I'm going to reduce the size of the text. Then I'm going to place it at the center. So but the text color is, the white is nice, but I want to try and add inner shadow, a blue inner shadow. So let's see what the outcome will be. So let's see what the outcome will be after the inner shadow, blue, deep blue. Then I'm going to add that. I'm going to check on my blur radius first. Then I go through my blur radius. You see that's 0. Yeah, and 0 is okay. There's a little bit kind of faint blue color. Say that's white, but I feel like the one is kind of too deep. So I'm going to back to my inner shadow. Going back to light blue. I want light blue. It will be much more clearer. So let's see. Then I reduce this. Wow, that's awesome. This is nice. So I go by. Our design is ready. So that's just the simple guide on how to create a simple graphics design using Pixellab without stress. See yourself. So I want to match my location icon and sanctuary together the same way I match the logo and the text. So I do that and place it at the middle. Wow, awesome. That's great. Then I moved it. So this is the last part of it. I want to add a main piece. What matters most is your creativity. Whenever you are designing, you try and put something that will make your design unique and different from others. So I'm going to add shiny star on it. So I'm going to add these stickers. If you are not using a mod pixel application, if you are not using that, you won't be able to navigate through the sticker plus, because it will be demanding payment. So if you don't have that, you can just download that using the description link in my video. So let's see what I want to navigate through the color of that shiny star. So let's see by using color filter. So I'm going to navigate through my hue, saturation and brightness. So let's see. Wow, that's awesome and great. Boom. So I'm going to place the star behind the prayer meeting. So that's how I want it. So you can do it the way you want it as well. It's not compulsory. So I feel like you've gotten something. So boom, see the outcome of the design. So please, if you really gain anything from this video, if you like, if you something, try as much as possible to subscribe and turn on the notification button so as to get notified whenever I drop a new video on this channel. Thank you. Stay tuned.